Good morning, everyone. I just want to do a quick art journal page in the one that was a planner that I turned into an art journal. My page is gessoed. We are going to use some Staedtler Karat watercolor crayons. We'll use some stamps maybe. I've got some die cuts from Art by Marlene. And then I have, let me get them, some of these paper stencils that I'm going to use. I've had these forever, so I'm going to try and use them. And then I have some that I made, just using cardboard and a punch. So let's get started. Let me see if I can, there we go. Just straighten this out a little bit better for you. And I'm going to use, let's see, magenta or light magenta. Cayenne or cyan, yellow, and willow green. It's just to have some fun. I mean, I gotta keep my blues and my yellows separate, well, or my greens, so I'm just gonna start putting them on here. You can use a baby wipe to spread them. Water, I have some water brushes. But I do know with these type of things, you must make it quite dense. You can't just lightly go over. You have to make your area quite heavy of the color. Now my page is gessoed. I'm sorry, I'm probably too close to the microphone. I'm going to go ahead and get these started. And I think I'll just use an old paintbrush. A little bit of water. Let me move my stencils and stuff out of the way. Let me move this, straighten this up for you. And I'm just going to add a little bit of water. And then I'll have a paper towel handy. You don't want any harsh edges to your watercolors here. You know what? Where are my, here they go. I have some little index cards. I'll wipe off on that. That way I've got, when I do any Bible word journaling or anything like that, I have index cards started. Okay. Come on. Sometimes it just takes a little force to get this stuff to spread. All right. So let me grab a baby wipe. And take some of this up. Spread some of it. All right. Now, let me add some blue. I'm just going to dip my finger in water, see how well that works. It works, but I don't like the effect very much. Put some blue right here. I'll just wet my finger, tap it off a little bit. I just need my finger moist, wet to get what I want to achieve with. Oh, nope, that just took it right off. So I'll lay that on there. And all right. I'll come in. With some pink. Tap off some water. I don't want enough to where I can spread it. Gotta keep it away from that green. Because it'll make a really cool orangish red. And the blue, it'll make somewhat of a purple, but that's kind of muddy looking. Let's see what we've got going on here after I move this around a little bit. All right, well, let's see what we've got. Let's try this and I'll be right back. Alrighty. I'm going to spray it with some black. So I'm going to put this around where I'm going to spray. I've made my own black spray with some black paint, some water. I do keep the tip of it clean when I use it. Let me get what we are going to spray. And I've got gloves on because I've got to keep my hands pretty close to keep these down because they're not adhesive in the back and they are only cardboard. So, let's hope I don't get it everywhere. All right. Oh, I've got a fan on right now. Ugh. All right, I'll lift this up. I will grab this. I have quite a bit on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a different page and I am going to throw this down in there just to have it cleaned off. Now this is why I wore the gloves. So that I could clean it up off my hands because I knew I would have to be close to it Let me clean all this up. I'll be right back. All right, now that that's dry, you can see that it did smudge here and here, but that's fine. It just adds more character. So I'm going to try out where I want our die cuts. Or should I put, you know what, I'll just put another layer of something. I'll use this for some background texture. And I'm not going to use black. And I'll put white splashes. Let's see, that's too dark. That's going to go dark. How about some pink, maybe? Let's try the pink. Stays on. And I think I'll go with the numbers. We'll see how that looks. Why not? I gotta make sure I've got it right. Oh boy, that's dark. So maybe I need to stamp this off on something before I stamp it on there. That's better. That's more like what I wanted. Just want a subtle image of something. And I just stamped it off on this. And I'll just keep cleaning off the stamp. And I need to find, well, am I going to find it? Oh, well. Hopefully it won't stick. I need to find where I put that stencil. Huh. That's odd. My book ate it. Well, we'll move on. Is it in here anywhere? I don't believe so. Anyway, let's move on. That looks good. And I'll move this out of the way. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. I feel like there it is. I just don't want it to dry onto the paper. So I'll throw it aside. And I'll use this one up here. Time to get gluing. A lot of times I really don't know what to do with those square tiles. So I just cut them to make a different shape. That's all I do. I could even make them into circles. All right, let's get a brush so that we can glue our die cuts on. I have Liquitex Matte Medium. I mean, you could make the same thing if you took a bottle of Eileen's craft glue and added water to it. That's basically the same thing. I've done that. Because sometimes this stuff dries just a little too quick for me when I'm trying to glue stuff down. So, let's see. Put this on. Because I got to give my little characters. Look at that. That stays on ink that came up. Wow. That's alright. I'll just put some on the back and see. But it probably needed to dry. Alright. So that's down. And these are my two little fun characters. And I will set them on here. I'll put it on them first. I do things haphazardly. A lot of times I struggle with perfection, but this helps me break that chain, I guess, of crazy thing of everything having to be perfect all the time. Art is not perfect. Art is expressive, fun, let's not lose your tail, honey. I'm sure that's going to be very important to you. Okay, I won't move that around too much. And let's see, where do I want this? Up here? Why not? I mean, half the time you don't really know what to do with some of these die cuts. You just have fun. That's all you do. You just have fun with it. Put it wherever. There's no rhyme or reason to whimsical art. That's why I like it. I can just slap stuff everywhere. Go from the inside out so that you don't tear it. This is on just tissue paper. And it will disappear. Let's see, it needs something else. What do you need? Maybe some white splashes. White splashes. Let me get some white paint. Alright, I've got a dot of white paint here. I'll pick up some water and wet it down a little bit. And I'll just put my hand over my image a little bit so I don't get too much on them or my words. Whatever. If I don't like anything on them, I can pick it up. Now it looks like a giant snowstorm. I need a lot more on here. And what I don't like, I pick up. Alright, that looks fine. Just clean that up. Let me dry that. I feel I need to bring some of the black down to ground the bottom. So I'm just going to take a, come on, be good, Faber-Castell Pitt pen in medium, and if it works, my page doesn't seem to be fully dry, but that's, let's find something different. I'll try one of the Dollar Tree ones. If the page isn't fully dry, it's not going to want to behave. No. Let me dry it for a couple more seconds. I'll be right back. All right, now let's try that. Big bucket of markers that I've garnered over the years. This is just a Sharpie, which is an alcohol marker. And yeah, that's better. There we go. And I just want to bring more texture down at the bottom. Because we have all this black up here, I needed to pull some of it down here. So let's see. I'll just add some to these. Sorry about that. That way the whole thing doesn't look so separate from itself. And put the dark back in this. I can darken up his eyes a little bit. His whiskers got cut off, but that's okay. And he needs a little tag. I'll go around him. I don't do anything that's going to be super perfect. I'm trying to break that behavior, I guess I would call it. I struggle with wanting things to be perfect all the time, when I know that's just a learned behavior that I need to break. I hope my head wasn't in the shot, but it is what it is. I'll just put some squiggly lines around this. And just throw some more there. I'll just do some squiggly lines down the side. Why not? I just let the pen just whatever, because it is what it is. All right. I hope that this inspired you to go just have some fun. Let go of the perfection or the need for everything that we create to be perfect. And just have some fun. Thank you for the comments. I enjoy everyone watching. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. God bless. Bye for now.